Welcome back to our show.
Welcome, we've missed you.
Honest Tea Talks with Ashley and Ronnie.
Yes.
I want to start off by saying thank you to all of our viewers because it is by popular demand that we are back.
Yes. I'm so grateful. I've gotten so many messages like, hey, where are your videos?
Yeah.
So thank you.
It's just, sometimes scheduling just doesn't work well, but with all the requests we've been having, we had to really sit down and force ourselves to allot some time to do this.
Definitely.
Because it's helping people, and that's our goal.
Yes.
I was gonna say mission, but goal was it. Yes.
Awesome. Yes, thank you guys so much. We're excited to be back. We're humans, right? And we go through.
Are we? No, I'm just kidding.
Sometimes that's like
Twilight music. Oh yeah, that's
Oh my gosh, I miss making these. Clearly. Oh my god, we are human and we go through things, transitions and changes in our lives, and we definitely have had many of them recently. At least I have in a lot of ways, and we've been working on a lot of projects for you guys too, and for ourselves. So we're back and better and ready to go.
Yes, I can't believe it's March.
I know, my birthday's on Monday. Crazy. Just FYI.
Next Monday.
The 12th.
Yeah. So we're working on content for you guys. Like we always say, everything is unedited, it's raw, well, except for the title and stuff. Raw and authentic, because we truly want to be our authentic
exactly,
our authentic selves, so that you guys feel comfortable being your authentic self.
Yes.
Today we have a topic that Miss Ashley really wants to talk about.
Yes.
So I'll let you lead into it.
Thank you. So our topic for today is, I don't know what exactly I want to call it, but it's based around bullying, and in both sides of the story. So what I mean by that is there's a lot of bullying going on. There has always been a lot of bullying going on, and you can put anything into the category of bullying, but anything that you are doing or someone is doing to you to make you feel like you're any less than what you are, to me, is considered bullying.
Small or powerless.
Exactly. If you're doing that to someone, or they're doing that to you, or they have, I'm sure we have all, I'm pretty 100% sure that we have all experienced some type of bullying, whether it's cyberbullying.
I think I will have to say I've experienced both aspects of
situations.
I've been a bully.
Same.
And I've also been bullied.
Yeah, and that's actually, I'm really glad that you brought that up, actually, because that is one of the main focuses of this topic. Bullies have been bullied.
Yeah.
They are also being bullied. So it doesn't make what they're doing right.
No.
But a bully, someone that can look at someone in front of them and say you're not good enough, doesn't feel like they're good enough. Period. That's what it comes down to. So if you're hearing or experiencing other people being bullied as well, and you're angry because someone's bullying you, understand that they're bullying you because they feel like a victim, and they don't want to feel like a victim. No one wants to feel powerless, so it's easier to make someone else feel powerless than to feel the powerlessness that you're feeling. And the reason I'm bringing about this topic is because I'm not sure if a lot of you guys know, but I work with kids most of the time now. I do also do personal training, but I also life coach for kids, and I get them engaged in school, but really, like, I get them engaged in life, and I get them to become better people, because when I was a kid, I didn't have that guidance.
She helps them accept their authentic self, basically.
Yeah. Long story short,
at a younger age.
Yeah, that's my goal, right? We work with adults, and our goal is to help them be their true selves, because believe it or not, most adults aren't.
Nope.
Because when they were kids, no one told them, hey, like, you, yourself, it rocks, I love it, keep doing it.
Yeah.
How many people have ever told you that as a kid? Not many, right? So those kids, I want to give them that power so that they don't become those adults that are powerless, because we all know that it's paralyzing, right? And I recently experienced a really intense form of bullying with one of the kids that I absolutely adore, and it broke my heart. And it broke my heart in both sides. It broke my heart for the bully, and it broke my heart for the kid being bullied. And I think that for me it was so important to talk about it, because when you are bullied, it also creates this idea that you're a victim that is also just as negative as being a bully. Yeah. Like, you are not a victim, and I want you to understand, if you are the bully or the bullied, if you're the bully or the bullied, yeah. You have choice and the ability to choose to be neither. And just because you're being bullied doesn't make you a victim, and I don't want you to feel powerless because you're being bullied, because you can overcome that. And if you are a bully, you also have a way of changing that around and not feeling powerless, because you also feel powerless, and that's why you're bullied.
And this is more than just in children.
Yes.
This happens to adults as well.
Absolutely.
Like, and it's more so, I think, in adults that experienced it in childhood.
Yes.
So certain things, if you haven't healed from being bullied as a child, and you're now grown, and someone comes at you in a sarcastic manner or maybe jokingly, but you're not, you don't know that person, and two, you don't know what kind of person they are in their personality.
Totally.
You can feel bullied by the way they're acting.
Yeah.
But like you just said, you don't own that victim mentality.
No.
Because that's not going to solve anything, and it's going to make you curl up into yourself again.
Totally.
You have to rise in your own power and either address the issue verbally. By no means are we condoning any kind of like violent activity or anything.
No.
We've talked about this before. It's all about communication.
Yes.
And unless you can actually communicate your feelings to this said individual, you're not going to heal from it, and you're not going to grow from it.
Exactly. And we know how intense bullying can be, even as adults, right? Yeah. People can literally, I've been bullied as an adult. I have literally been told, like, you're too young to do what you're doing. Like, you're too young and you don't know what you're doing. That is bullying. Like, that to me is offensive. But it's offensive because I, for a second, believed that was true, right? If someone comes up to me and says, like, you're too young, and in my mind I'm like, am I too young? I'm accepting their words. Yeah. I'm receiving what they're saying, and I even get chills saying that, because that's not true.
Nope.
If I'm young, that's a good thing, right? I'm proud of myself for being young and being this wise and being able to impact and influence people.
Yes.
But if I'm not sure of that statement, I am the victim. I will think of what they say, and I will repeat it over and over again, and I'll become this person that is afraid of what people think about me, right? When that is what makes me powerless. If I'm afraid of what people are thinking about me, then I'm afraid of what I think about myself, right? What I think about myself isn't the best if I'm scared of what others think about me.
Yeah.
Others thinking about how I look. If someone comes up to me and says, like, you probably need to lose some weight, that to me was a humongous, like, terrifying statement. I hated hearing people tell me that they thought that I needed to lose weight. That was, in my mind, I was like, how can someone say that to someone, right? But it was because I believed that I was unhealthy, that I looked bad, and other people noticed, right? If I felt insecure about myself, and then other people were telling me, hey, like, yeah, you should feel insecure about yourself, it's like a smack in the face.
Well, and the other thing that happens is when you give what someone else has said that much value, and you start repeating it to yourself, they're no longer the issue. They said it once and they're done, and they forget.
Yep.
But the fact that you keep repeating it to yourself, you're now bullying yourself.
Yes.
Like,
oh my gosh. Yes.
Like, you are now, that's self-bullying. That's self-sabotage.
The worst type of bullying.
Yes.
The worst type of bullying. There's no one that's going to bully you more than you're bullying yourself. Period.
Yeah.
You are so cruel to yourself.
I told this to my friends, and I tell it now to everyone. Your longest relationship is your relationship with your mind. And your body hears everything your mind says.
Yes.
Like, I could be saying something in my head right now, but Ashley can't hear it. But my body can.
Yes.
And it's feeling those
one vessel.
Vibrations and emotions that are tied to what I'm saying. So if you want to change something, change your thoughts towards yourself.
Totally. And like, be aware of the thoughts
Yes.
that you have towards yourself. There are kids that I work with and adults that I have worked with adults that have addictions, that have, I mean, like, serious issues as adults, and they're totally lost and they don't know where it comes from, right? And they're like, Ashley, I'm just an alcoholic, or I'm just depressed. And I look at them and I'm like, no, you're not, right? Something happened, and usually I can sense what happens to them, like why it is that they're acting like that. And most of the time it's rooted by they can pinpoint the one situation that made them feel powerless. They'll say, well, you know, actually when I was in middle school, I was picked on because of whatever reason, right? Or they'll say, you know what, my dad abandoned me. Or you know what, I was rejected and cheated on by this guy that I really loved. They will pinpoint the issue and say that that's the reason why, when in reality that happened once, and then they thought about it over and over and over again, and then they started believing through that experience that that's exactly what they were. They were worthless, they weren't good enough, they were stupid, they were not, I mean, all of the things that they were told, they received and accepted and repeated until it was true.
Yeah.
So true that they were like, you know what, I'm like not anyone that people would want to talk to, so I might as well just drink away my problems. Or I'm not anyone that people would actually relate to or like to talk to or even want, right? I'm not good enough, my body's not good enough, no one's gonna want me, so I might as well just throw away my life. You start believing these things, and you're not gonna heal from being bullied or through anything, for a matter of fact, if you don't change the way that you think about yourself.
I think another thing too that needs to be done in the school situation. Are you okay? She's got a hole in her mouth. Is that the same? Right? So, my quote of my life. Is that the same?
She always
quote me on that.
What's that quote again?
Yeah. You know that one quote?
Sorry for the. Oh my gosh.
Laughter is the best medicine.
It is.
No, what I was going to say was, you know, we were talking about this yesterday with the school shootings.
Yes.
And in our country alone, in the United States of America, since the beginning of the year, we're now March, we've already had 200 and something school shootings, threats, or whatever.
Yes.
Right? Okay. Yeah. Now,
March.
Everyone always looks at the kid that does it, right? And they say, oh, he's depressed, he was being bullied, or, you know, things like that. And the sole focus is on this individual. Why are we not looking at the people that we're bullying?
Exactly.
Because we know there's something wrong with the kids that are doing the bullying.
Absolutely.
Like, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, those kids need to be a focus as well.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Look, that gave me chills. I'm fired. Yes. Think about it. What? Say that?
Almost.
Oh. Oh no. I lost what I was gonna say.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. What did you just
doing
say?
a little censoring here.
Yeah, what did you just say?
I said that the bullies should also be the focus.
Yes.
Not
okay,
just
so,
the person shooting the school.
Yeah. So if I'm confident in who I am, like, I am strong and powerful and, you know, my authentic true self.
Powerful in a good way.
Yeah. And I have the best of intentions. I'm just in the highest vibration. I'm joyful and I'm sure of who I am. I would never be able to look at someone and say, hey, you're worthless.
Yeah. When
you're emitting light and you become solely the vessel of emitting light, and you are that in tune with who you truly are, and you're okay with being who you are, your sole purpose in life is to help other people emit light.
Exactly.
There's nothing else you have to do.
It's why, you know, when you reach that point, you can look at a person and you see, not only do you see yourself in that person, you see God or that light or the universe in that person.
Yeah.
And when you are at that level, you can never have any kind of negative thought towards any other individual.
You can't.
In that way, and you would never even, not even an ounce of imagining harming another individual when you are within yourself that high and that peak of light.
Yeah, totally.
And
you cannot be a bully.
No.
If you are sure of yourself, if you are confident, if you are strong, if you are that lifted.
Yeah.
And you're emitting that much light, and you're positive, and you're in the right path, you cannot, like, literally, your being will not allow you to reject, abandon, or hurt anyone.
Or gossip even.
Or gossip.
Yeah.
You cannot. So if you hear people gossiping, like, oh my gosh, did you hear what this girl did? Like, look at what she's wearing. That, to me, now, from where I am, says, they're struggling with how they feel about themselves.
And that's totally such it's such an addiction now to be talking. It's that quote I put on the board the other day. Our greatest addiction now is talking about our problems.
Yeah.
We should be discussing our joys.
Yes.
And it's almost, I remember reading this in an article, and it's like, when you get together with a group of women or something, one person will be like, oh, I hate my nose. And then everyone else will be like, oh, no, your nose is great, but I hate this about me. And everyone's talking about everything they don't like about themselves. And it's like, what? No, you should be talking about what you love about one another and what you love about yourself.
Absolutely.
You want to raise those positive vibrations, not continue to bring yourself and others around you down.
No.
And I think that's another reason bullying is on such a rise, because there's just so much negative there's so much exposure to negativity, and that's what's being put in the spotlight versus the positive stuff.
Yeah. And the thing is, it starts from within, and it starts at home, right? Mm-hmm. It's like,
no one's born a bully.
No. Like, that's not, no one's born a bully. I wanted to say victim and bully, and so I combined both words. Bully is a new word. No one is born a victim or a bully.
Yes.
No one. We're all born powerful, limitless, full
of love,
vessels of love and light. Period.
Yes.
But we get clouded by all these shadows, all these little things that we experience in life that are so much bigger in our minds, that we either become a bully to protect ourselves or the victim to protect ourselves. They're both doing the same thing. But in order to be better, we have to come together and be more loving towards one another.
Yeah.
And be more loving, most importantly, to yourself.
Yes.
Because if you're not loving yourself, you're not going to love the person in front of you.
That's where
you're
it starts.
not. Yes,
it starts
always.
with yourself, always.
You're either going to be eaten or eat. Like, you're not, when you don't love yourself, you are going to take away from other people's energy because you feel like you need it.
Yeah.
In order to protect yourself, you feel like you have to do something negative. That's the negativity and darkness speaking. That's not true. In order to be better, you have to love who you are.
Yeah.
Good, bad, ugly. Stop waiting for someone to come into your life and
rescue you. You have to rescue yourself.
You do.
Yeah.
You do. You can't wait for someone to save you. Like, do I wish that I can defend every single kid that's being bullied around the world? Yeah. Do I wish that I can also defend every bully around the world? Yeah, I wish I could, but the reality is that it's not going to change unless we change, unless we start being kinder to ourselves and one another.
Yeah.
You as an adult, because most of the people watching are not children, they're adults.
Yeah.
If you are the adult, you know that you bully just by thinking about someone negatively in your mind.
Yeah.
If you're gossiping, you're a bully. You are. You cannot be thinking negatively about other people, and if you are, it's because you have the ability to think like that about yourself.
Thoughts are still vibrations, and you're still putting that out in the universe. So any negative thing that crosses your mind or comes out of your mouth or through action, you're putting all that out there.
Yeah.
And I don't like that saying karma is a bitch, because if you put good stuff out there, you get good stuff back.
You do.
And 10 times.
Yes.
So try to reduce the amount of bad things you're putting out there, because it's only going to come back. Yeah, what you give the world is what you get in return.
Definitely. And I like what you said about, like, when you hang out and you gossip and you think it's fun, right? You're like drinking with your friends, and it's like you're talking about how much you hate work and how much you hate this girl that did this to you or this guy that did that to you, and you're literally not talking about anything positive.
Yeah.
You're not talking about anything that fulfills you or that brings about light into your life. That's one of the reasons why I like Gather so much, right? Because it gives you the opportunity to like actually have conversation with the people that you're hanging out with.
Yeah.
Like if you are having your outings be like that and be surrounded by negativity, that's because you think like that about yourself and the people around you think like that about themselves, and then you're joining together in a force of negativity.
And I'm not gonna lie, I'm guilty of it. I spent a lot of years in my 20s, you know, being that way, talking about myself that way or whatnot. But I made the decision to change.
Yes.
And I made the conscious decision to realize that I didn't want to be around certain people anymore because of the way I felt.
Yeah.
And because I didn't agree with what the conversation was.
Yeah.
Or etc., etc. If you are someone who you're surrounded by people and you love them, don't get me wrong, like I love my people.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to remove yourself from that situation and not give so much of yourself to that group. It's not to say don't continue to love them. It's not to say don't continue to care for them or hang around with them, because there's still an appreciation for them and who they are. But if you feel low after hanging out with certain people or whatnot, it's okay to take care of yourself and remove yourself and limit how much time you spend with those people.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's more than okay. It's necessary.
It's very necessary.
It's necessary. I grew up with people my age and I don't hang out with any of them. I don't. I hang out with everyone that's older than me, or if they're not older than me, then I know I can still hold an awesome conversation with them and talk to them about business, about growth, about healing, about spirituality, about love, about happiness. Like a person that I can laugh with and have a good time with and resonate with, those are the only type of people I'm hanging out with. It doesn't mean I don't love all of the people I grew up with. I do. I talk to them when I can. I go visit them when I go back home. But 99.9% of the time, I hang out with this girl and my amazing coworkers that are like older than me, that are only emitting light and love. There's not one day that I walk into the gym where we work and I'm like, oh God, I really don't want to see that guy, or to where we're gossiping. That never happens.
No.
Like we never talk negatively about anyone. If we're talking about something, it's about
conversation.
Exactly.
Yeah. How we can change, how we can grow or try something different.
Or help change the world.
Yeah.
I mean, like, only positive things. Even if it's a serious topic, you know?
Thank you for watching today.
Yes.
Hate to cut it short, but we will be back next week.
Yes.
We love you.
We do. Thank you so much for the love, the appreciation, the following, the watching, the subscribing. We can't wait to give you more content and see more of what we can do.
Yes. Please comment, like, share the video, subscribe to the channel. I think it's below.
Yes.
Follow us on social media, Instagram.
Oh, sorry. I was like, for a second, like, oh, what is it? Peña_pequeña. And I'm at love.soul.fit. We love you, and we'll see you next week. Bye.